Alrighty guys, coming up, the very first episode of On Air with Bear, powered by Statmate. Now, the Bear was a bit under the weather. This was his flu pod, his first one. Didn't have his voice for the first half, but as we started to work into it, we got through, we had an awesome chat. He will be joining us for the remainder of the home and away season, and even potentially coming into finals as the Suns look to cement their spot for the very first time in club's history. I'm that bloody excited. You guys know where to find us, at 100K Sports, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram. This is going to be an awesome series, guys. Follow along. Let's go. Very excited for this, guys. We've had this in the works for a while. On Air with Bear, episode 1 with Gold Coast superstar Bailey Humphrey. We're happy to announce he's going to be joining us for the remainder of the home and away season, and then hopefully into September as we go through, as the Suns look to make the 8 for the first time in club history. Thanks to Statmate, the Bear fresh off 10 touches and another 3 goals. Bailey, thanks for joining us, brother.
No worries. Thanks for having me. I'm keen to join for the rest of the year.
Yeah, mate, it's going to be awesome. You guys must be pumped, especially how the club's going, and then your own performance as well. So we really wanted to do this to, I guess, highlight the excitement of you guys making finals for the first time and seeing where you guys go with that, but also your perspective in like a day-to-day week. So how are you feeling after yesterday or after your game against the Tigers?
Yeah, obviously another win on the board, which is nice for us. Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot. There's just a couple games that we need to make sure that we get over the line. But yeah, I think everyone's pretty happy with how we're going at the moment. We're starting to hit our stripes at the moment, and yeah, the pointy end of the season, and everything comes down to the line. So we're hoping that we can get over the line.
Mate, it's bloody exciting. So I wanted to go over to all the listeners that are listening for the first time, how we met. So in 2023. You guys always usually play a back-to-back up in the Northern Territory. You had 19-1 one game and then 17-2 the next game. And then we go on to last year, and you started off as the sub against North Melbourne. I thought that was a bit weird because I remember last year you played really well. So you came on as the sub in the fourth quarter. You had 12 touches, 2 points, 7 inside 50s, and 7 score assists. And we thought, if he starts next week, he's going to kick a bag. So we put on our story the next week before the game against the Cats, and we're like, hey, we think the Bear might kick a bag here. You've had a career day. You've kicked 5. Our DMs blew up. It's the most DMs we've ever had, apart from when the Swans lost the grand final and Jev was copping it. And then we end up crossing paths at the races. We had a good day. But can you just touch on that game, and why do you guys play so well up in the Northern Territory?
Oh, to be honest, I don't know. I think I'm from country Victoria, so playing in Darwin's pretty similar. It's always wet.
Yeah.
And being young, playing early in the morning, so it's always dewy when we go back home. But yeah, Darwin's good fun. We've won 8 on the trot now, I think. So no, we're pretty happy when we go to Darwin. And yeah, I don't know. I'll find a way to play some more up footy when we head up there. But that day when I kicked 5, I was pretty happy with myself because I got you over the line.
Yeah, mate, that was awesome. And like me and Jeb always talk about it. It's like when the teams from the north come down and play at Marvel, it's like going from a sauna into the esky. But it must be the reverse. So you guys versus the Cats that game. Cam Guthrie got subbed off with heat stroke. The better you guys get, it's definitely an advantage, especially if you guys can eventually finish top 2 and you get 2 finals at home. It just looks like you just run the teams from Victoria and down south off their legs up there.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, it is an advantage. We get to train in the hottest part of summer in Queensland. So when we head up there, we're sort of used to what it is. It's just very slippery and muggy. It's always the way up there. And some teams come up there and they can't handle it. And obviously, we get to train in it. So yeah, we're pretty lucky when it comes to that situation. But yeah, they don't like it too much. They're always in the ice box at quarter time and stuff like that.
But it's good. It always seems like, even this year, you had, who'd you have? I think you had the Dog, and then you had the Hawks up there as well. So you had 2 good teams that I'm sure that if you verse them maybe at Marvel or at the MCG, I mean, I guess you guys want to try and play on the MCG as much as you can, but it looks like if you get good teams at that time of year, it really helps set you guys up, I guess, trying to stack those wins later in the year.
Oh, 100%. Like, yeah, they're 2 of the most crucial wins that we've had this year, I reckon, like, other than the Pies and Brizzy at home, but home field advantage is pretty much like Darwin for us. So, yeah, those are 2 very crucial wins that will probably help us in the later 2 weeks of the season when finals comes to coming
play. Through. Well, I guess if Northern Territory ever gets up over the line, I'm sure you'll be their number 1 recruit.
I'll be heading there, don't worry.
A lot of people say that like it's a bit dewy, but all the games up there, it's always so high scoring. Like everyone always seems to score at slingshot footy, and it definitely is a lot different, but it's always good to watch. Now, I wanted to quickly ask about, so you had a chat with Jev at the start of the year in pre-season, and I just wanted to know about the mantra behind Dimmas. So I'm pretty sure the theme you'd said was fight like fuck. That was a mantra at the start of the year that you guys really wanted to push through for the remainder of the year. Is that still the mantra that you guys are following, or has Dimma thrown some different things up as you guys are coming into the back end of the year?
Oh, different shit always like comes up throughout the week, but yeah, fight like fuck was pretty much the main one. We that was all through pre-season and stuff that we did heaps of sessions of like wrestling and stuff, and that was Dimma's favourite when we're hurting each other. But yeah, it's pretty similar each week. We have different things like next shift and stuff like that, but yeah, fight like fuck's pretty much the big one behind it all pretty much.
Well, it goes to show, especially in a lot of those games at home, you guys have really been able to push it out. Now, a lot of external noise, I guess you hear a lot of people saying that, like, you guys can't win the flag because it's the first time that you've come into the finals. But does Dimmer ever lean on, because I know in 2016, the Tigers finished 13th. He was about to get fired. And then the next year they finished third and win the flag. Does he ever mention any of that, or does he leave the Richmond at Richmond and Gold Coast at Gold Coast?
Yeah, I think like, it's hard to like answer that because it's just like Dimmer. I think he tries to leave the Richmond stuff behind, but in a lot of ways we're very sort of similar to Richmond, and yeah, we've got a lot of Richmond staff now as well. So that Dimmer brought up with him. So yeah, in a lot of ways the footy sort of was always the same. He has the same sort of process and system and stuff like that, but. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I think he's trying to focus on the Suns because we're different players, and he just tries to play everyone to their strengths and make sure everyone plays to the system. And then if everyone plays their role, yeah, hopefully good things happen. And it showed this year that if everyone sort of does it, then yeah, we're on the right track to hopefully have success in finals. And yeah, but we have done a lot of talking over the past couple of years, so we're trying to steer clear of the talking and rather than more actions, really.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Dimmer, what's he like? Have you guys had any good sprays? So I know you guys had the loss to Adelaide the other few weeks ago. You did lose to the Tigers at Marvel. Is there any games where he's absolutely gone through everyone? Is there any good sprays, or is there anyone he's sort of singled out and gone hard after over the year?
Nah, he didn't actually go too hard after Adelaide. He just sort of said his press conference was pretty much as similar as what he said to us. We got a kick in the nuts tonight, and yeah, and to sort of bring it back to that Richmond question, like in 2017 when they won the flag, Richmond I think got beaten by Adelaide in Adelaide by 70 odd points as well. So he's just like, there's some point in the year where you get your kick in your nuts, and yeah, that was our kick in the nuts, and that was a tough game. I wanted that to end very quickly, but yeah, no, he hasn't sprayed too much. He stays pretty calm now. I think his days of spraying is over, but I feel like he's a pretty scary man. Like when it comes to if he needs it, he's definitely going to give us one for sure.
I can imagine. Now, all right, let's talk about you for a bit. So you've kicked 21 goals so far this year. It's no secret when you're playing your best, the Suns are thriving. What do you reckon's been the turning point, I guess, this year? Is it what you're a couple years in now, you've had a few more pre-seasons, and I think you mentioned when we had a chat the other day that like last year when Dimmer brought this whole new game plan, it was pretty tough and not everyone was on the same page, but now you've had your second year into it. Has that really helped, I guess, your development going forward, knowing exactly what you need to be doing a lot more when you're out there?
Yeah, like I think, like we all sort of struggled last year of like adapting to the system, and we all thought we had to be on this certain blade of grass at this certain time and stuff. So it was hard to like adapt to his system, and everyone expected us to make finals straight away. But it's just like it's unrealistic. Like obviously we're good players, but there's this brand new system that a brand new coach has brought in. Obviously he's got the resume that it works, but it's just like in the end, if it doesn't click with us in the first year, like you can't really blame us. Like we're all just trying to play footy and try and play to the system. But yeah, it didn't click with us too well last year. And yeah, it's good that we've got another summer under our belt and got to play to the system. And now everyone just knows what we're doing and we're all on the same wavelength. And yeah, the footy just it's so much more free flowing and predictable for us, which is nice, especially for the forwards. And I think that's helped my footy as well, just sort of everyone knowing where we're going and what we're doing and stuff like that. And then obviously for me personally, like getting a full preseason under my belt helps heaps. yeah, that's probably been the biggest turning point. For my first 2 years, I've done bugger all preseason due to soreness and little niggles and stuff like that. So, yeah, to get a full summer in, which was nice for sure.
So touch on that a little bit more with Dimmer. Do you find, like how you said, you had to be everywhere at a certain point? Was, I guess, when he came in, was it just like going on a, like a metaphor, like primary school to high school? Like everything's like to a T. Did you have everything for different players, like meetings? Well, I guess I'm only here, like we hear Geelong, they go to a meeting, then they go home or whatever. Like it's a bit more laid back. Was everything, it's like, hey, he's come in and everything's like to a T by the book?
Yeah, I think obviously it sort of had to be for the first year because we were learning it. So like there was a lot of education, and then there was a lot of walkthroughs, and then like training wasn't that great either because we didn't know it, and then we were stuffing it up, and then he was having to stop and start again. So yeah, I think it was a little bit frustrating for all of us and him as well. Obviously trying to start his whole system over again rather than being at Richmond and everyone sort of knows what they're doing because they've done it for ages. So I think it was very frustrating for him and for us, but yeah, as I said, sort of like the whole, like another year of it helps heaps, and I think that's sort of shown in our footy that we're starting to adapt to it, and yeah, that's why our footy is so much more free flowing, and yeah, it's just fun footy, I think, and I think that's his whole way of thinking, like his whole way of his system is just to make it fun and enjoyable and make it a good brand of footy that everyone sort of wants to come and watch.
Yeah, no, you can definitely tell. It looks like you guys are a lot closer this year, and it is showing. But I want to talk about, so your game a couple of weeks ago against the Lions. So you guys put up 130 points. I know you kicked another 107 points against the Tigers, but it must be pretty promising to know it's like you guys absolutely smacked them at contests and you got it done. It was almost like me and Morgs having a chat about it. It was like when Steph Curry can't miss. Like everything you guys were doing, every set shot was going. And then you look at Brisbane last night or against Collingwood that had a really good performance. It must give you guys a lot of confidence being like, fuck, we're right up to it this year. Like, we can match it with the absolute best. But that game against the Lions at home, that must have just been one of those games where hopefully you guys circle back on. That's like, hey, this is the one that we always want to come back to. Contest was good. Forwards were in front and just everything seemed to work that game.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, I think the thing that we're starting to learn now is like our best is up with the best, but I think the best couple teams, Adelaide, Brizzy and Collingwood and stuff, they just have less room for error, like, I guess. And we've still got patches of plays where we're up. I think Collingwood probably a prime example, like we're up by a fair bit, and then we're letting teams sort of come back rather than letting it be 5 goals rather than 2 or 3. And then that Brizzy game sort of gave us that was probably our full complete 4 quarters game for the whole year. Yeah, there's been patches in games like against GWS when we were up by 50 or something at half time, and yeah, they came back and beat us. So it's just like, that's like the best of the best that don't have that much, that like, I guess the gap of they're good and they're bad. So like that's what we're probably trying to focus on now, heading into the later end of like the pointy end of the season, and when finals come around, we're trying to like limit the gap between our best and our worst. So I think it's definitely got better. The last 2 weeks have been great. Yeah, we had a patch last night in the second, but yeah, again, like against Brizzy, it was probably our most complete game for sure.
Yeah, no, you guys look good. In that game as well. So you had 19 and kicked 3. You had a goal from outside 50. You had the snap over the shoulder, but no celebration. Is there? You look at like the Hawks and like the Bombers. I know a few of their guys go pretty up and about over the celebrations. You gave it nothing. Is there a thing at the Giants? At the Suns where you guys aren't allowed to celebrate?
Oh, I've been told to calm down a bit by Witsy last year, so I thought I'd relax a bit this year. I've given it a little bit for some, but yeah, to be honest, when I kicked that goal from outside 50, I didn't really know what to do. It all sort of comes at once, and yeah, I sort of just turned to the crowd, and then I just had a big smile on my face, to be honest. And then the one over the shoulder, yeah, I don't know. It was a weird one. I didn't even look at the goals. I just sort of knew where I was on the ground and chucked it over the head, and it happened to go in. So I just kept walking to my teammates. The game.
I love it.
But yeah, Witsy sort of last year gave me a little bit of a calm down a bit, but that's all right. So did a couple of the other boys.
As if, like, what does he say? Is he just one of the old heads at the club? He's just traditional, just get to work?
Pretty much. I think that's all of them. Like, I love how people celebrate. It just shows in like them just being themselves. So when I feel like doing it, I'll do it. But yeah, I don't know. Against Brizzy, I just didn't feel like it, and let my footy do the talking.
Well, you could, mate. You definitely tell. I want to see more celebrations. We'll see if we can get something teed up for this week. So you guys got the
100%.
Blues this week. We'll see if we can tee something up. The other day, obviously on the weekend, it was good to have Took back. With your run, especially when he's in the side, it almost brings you guys to complete. You guys are a pretty healthy side at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, very healthy. Oh, Took's the best two-way runner in the AFL by a mile, I think. He just changes the whole dimension of our team. And it's good for me because me and him have a very good connection, and he's a very good kick inside 50. So when he sees me, he kicks it to me, which is nice. And I let him down a few times last time by kicking him out in the full, but it wasn't too bad in the end.
Do you reckon he's enjoying his footy a little bit more? Like, obviously, it seems like, being a professional footballer, there's a lot of pressure, but especially being a captain, have you found that like he's more relaxed at the club, or is he enjoying his footy a lot more now? He doesn't have to go to all those meetings, and he can sort of just take a step back and focus on himself a little bit more rather than the team?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, Noah's obviously a great leader. Took was a great leader. We've got such good leaders at the club, but I think Took's footy's gone to another level this year, just because I feel like he doesn't have the weight of the captaincy on his shoulders, but I don't know, I can't really probably put that into words. He'd be the one to sort of know how he feels, but obviously I said he's a great captain, and he was a captain for us for a long time, and I think he would still love to be the captain, but his footy's gone to another level, and I feel like he's just more relaxed and he's just enjoying footy, which is so good to see because it helps us when he's playing well, and I've definitely got a better relationship with him now, and I love the bloke, and I love getting around him and get stuck into him because no one really does get stuck into him, so he doesn't really expect it when I do, but it's good fun for sure.
Is he one of those guys, especially because he has been captain, a lot of guys were still hesitant to have a go at him, but now that he's not, everyone can start to rip into him a little bit more?
Yeah, that's definitely the case. He was a bit of a serious operator when he was a captain, but he did what he needed to do. He's a great leader by voice and a great leader by action as well. But now that he's not the captain, I feel like everyone's sort of starting to chirp at him a bit, and he's a bit eye-opening for him because he doesn't expect it.
Hang shit on him. He says something, he says, "Shut up, Took, you're not captain anymore." Well, speaking of the new captain, so you got, him and Rao that have stepped up. Both, I think, at the moment are in people's talks for top 5 for the Brownlow. Are they pretty outspoken? Like, do any of them cheeky confident, or is Rao just head down a footy nuffy? Obviously, his pre-game routine, him eating grass. Does anyone else eat grass with him or hang shit on him for doing it?
Nah. I think everyone just sort of lets Rowley do what he needs to do to get going because, he's a beast when he crosses that white line. But when he's off the field, he's a bit different. He's a bit of a weirdo that loves he's a bit of a jokester, but he gets the change rooms up and about, that's for sure. And then you get Noah. Noah's just great by everything. He just does everything, and on field his footy's just ridiculous, and then off field he's just a good bloke, and everyone loves playing with him. And same with Rowley, everyone loves playing with Rowley, but you definitely don't get in the way of Rowley when he's doing his thing, that's for sure.
Yeah, mate. It honestly looks like he's like a year 7 playing with a prep sometimes. In the contest, he just runs in and just rips it off people. Noah Anderson yesterday, you can definitely tell how much confidence. He was looking behind, saying you can't catch me, taking 2-3 bounces at a time, and obviously kicking inside forward 50. How did you see your game? I just wanted to know. So you kicked the 3. You probably could have had 5 or 6 out there. How'd you find it?
Yeah, obviously 10 touches probably isn't enough, but I'm a bit more of an impact player rather than a high disposal player, and I probably know that, and I'm probably never going to be a high disposal player. I might have a couple of games where I have 20 or 25, but in the range of 15 to 20 hopefully, and getting on the scoreboard's probably my main thing at the moment, and obviously kicking 3's pretty nice and stuff like that, but kicked 2 out in the full early from set shots. So I kicked 1 right and kicked 1 left, and then I was like, surely one has to split the middle soon. But I got on the end of a couple, which was nice. You
did that one off. I think you dropped the marker, and Jai Farah had the tackle, and you picked it up and you went straight up to him after you snapped it and you gave him a hug. What's he like? I was chatting to a few of the boys before. There's only 2 athletes I know that have their initials tattooed on their tricep. LeBron James and Jai Farah. So he's an absolute star. What's he been like being in the side?
Oh, yeah. Again, it's sort of changed the way we play because he can play in the air and he can play on the ground, and he just loves tackling. Him and Ben Long, you love watching them go to work, that's for sure. They just like hurting people, to be honest. And when they tackle, they do it with purpose, and it's definitely good to watch. It gives us all a lift in the forward line, and he did a couple great chase down tackles last night, and I felt bad when I kicked my one. The umpire took a little bit of time to call it holding the ball, so I didn't know whether it was. So I picked it up and snapped it, kicked a goal, but then they called advantage, and I was like, damn it! But made sure I gave him a hug.
100%, mate. You picked him up off the ground. You were hugging him for like 30 seconds. You're like, thank you. Is there any of those boys? Any of those boys that are good shit talkers? Like, is Ben Long talk shit out there? Is there anyone that's just like, or are you guys pretty much like straight line footy, or is there still some guys in the side that are happy to get a bit lippy out there?
Oh, I wouldn't say Longy's lippy. I think he's just like, if you're in his line and the ball's there, he's just going to run through you. Obviously in a fair way, but Ben Ainsworth's probably our biggest shit talker. I love listening to him. I can't shit talk to save myself. So, I just love listening to Ben. He just doesn't shut up. He picks like a player and just goes at them all. If they're ducking their head or something, he just goes at them all night, doesn't stop. So it's great fun to listen to, especially when we're winning. But he didn't do too much last night, which was weird.
Is there any like other rivalries like of guys that like they continually go back to the same people whenever you play them and keep hanging shit? Obviously, there was a Took and Zorko. Everyone pretty good out there when you play each other. It's just like, I guess you play, shake hands, or is there any times like if Benny will line up against another squad, he's like, fuck, I can't wait to play on this guy and hang shit on him?
Like that Took and Zorko one, that's always like a talking point when we play Brizzy. Like, obviously Took missed out when we played Brizzy last week, but it's hard to think of that on the moment. But I don't know. I think the last time we played Sydney, Ben Ainsworth was getting into Taylor Adams a fair bit, which was pretty funny. But I think Banger just sort of picks a moment in the game. And if they do something that he doesn't like, or they're ducking their head or something, and then that's his player for the rest of the game, which is so funny.
Was he giving it to Taylor Adams about him selling houses or something?
Or on his Instagram or something. His Instagram profile of investment properties or something.
That is so good. All right, let's have a look forward to this week against Carlton. Now, thanks to StatMate, I was able to check your stats. So you've kicked 9 goals in your last 5 games. You're 100% in your last 2 games against Carlton when you've played in Victoria. You've kicked a goal both times. And the last time you were at Marvel, which was a few weeks ago against the Bombers, you kicked 2. So everything is telling me that you're going to kick a bag. Do you like playing at Marvel? And how are you guys feeling, obviously, as you come into a Saturday night game where I'm sure you guys are going to want to put in a pretty good performance under the lights on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think that Essendon game was probably my only good game at Marvel in my career. So Marvel's a bit of a demon for me, but hopefully I can get on the scoreboard again. I'm trying to get to 30 goals. That's one of my goals this year.
Nice, 30.
Trying to get to 30. I'm at 21 now, as you said, so hopefully can kick a couple. But I think as I said, we're in a pretty good spot footy-wise, so hoping the boys can kick it to me and let me do my thing.
I hope so. Is this the sort of thing where, like, because you guys know that you haven't been playing that well at Marvel, that like you almost pencil it in? It doesn't matter if it was against like North Melbourne, West Coast. Like it doesn't matter who you're playing there. It's just like, let's get a good 4-quarter performance at this Oval and just almost tick that box. Like, do you guys talk about that at all?
Yeah, it was a massive talking point last year because we couldn't win away. But this year, like, I think to be honest, I don't know. I think we've lost once against Richmond. At the start of the year, so I think I think we just we've gone away from talking about the field or where we're playing and just more talking about the style of footy that we're playing. Yeah, as I said, like if our footy's at our best, like we can match it with anyone. So we try not to worry about who's in front of us or where we're at. We just got to try and focus on our footy and making sure everyone's cracking in. But I think Carlton obviously haven't probably got the reward they wanted this year, but they're a good side and you definitely can't disrespect them.
Well, I'm a Carlton man. Well, I'm now an adopted son, so I've got the Carlton, got me Gold Coast stuff. So me and Morgs are actually going to come down on Saturday night. Now, bugger Witsy off. Is there a celebration we can do if you kick a goal? Is there something, obviously we did the Bear time earlier in the year. Is there like, can we do an on-air with Bear? Can we do like the headphones, you kick a goal, put the headphones on? The headphones on.
I'll do the headphones if I kick a snack.
Yes. I'm sure, like, as I said, thanks to StatMate, you against us in Victoria, you seem to kick a goal every single time. So I'm definitely going to be penciling you in for a couple when I watch. I'm sure you guys will kick a few. Carlton, I think we've mailed it in. I just want to know, as a Carlton man, I'd love to know any inside word. Is there anyone at Carlton that talks shit out there? Is there anyone that you usually line up against and they give it to you, or
Nick Newman and Adam Sard have sort of been the ones to lip off the most. I don't think Nick Newman, I think he's injured at the moment, but they're the two that always sort of lip off a bit, and it's always good playing against them, but we've had some shockers against them. I think in my first year we played them at the MCG and they were 0-8, and then they beat us by like 85 points and made finals in the end, and we kickstarted their year, so we're hoping that doesn't happen this year. I think it's a bit too late to kickstart their year, but we're hoping that we don't have to get beaten by 80.
Yeah, no, I was actually there at that game. Cripps had like 34 and 3. I'll never forget it.
Yeah,
but I can't believe Sard talks shit. He seems like the type of guy that just wouldn't say anything. Like, what does he say?
I don't know. Like, there's nothing.
You'll have to report back.
I'll see if he says anything this week. But I haven't. He doesn't like say stuff that I remember, but he's just always yappy. Like, he's always just yapping. But it's not too bad at me. There's just some players. I remember Nick Newman. I think it was Al Davies was playing. I think last year, and Nick Newman was just calling him a VFL player all game.
That's good.
Game. And it, but it's just like, that's like the one that when they just get stuck into your all game, like if they say it once, you sort of just brush it off. But when they're saying it to your all game and you can't get away from it, that's when it gets a bit frustrating, gets in your head a bit.
Tell you what, if you want to kick on Sard, just run up and down the ground. He won't chase you. He will not chase you. So if you look at the back end of the year, so you've got the Giants at home. I'm sure that you want to get that one back. Like, that'd be a really good one to get. And we'll obviously be able to chat about this over the next coming weeks. Then you've got Port. I just want to know, have they spoken to you about that last game against the Bombers? When is that going to be? Is that going to be on the weekend of the bye round, or are they going to bring that more forward, so you get a bit more of a break coming into finals?
We're still a bit unsure as well. I think it's going to be earlier, so we get a bit of a break. But I don't know. Some cases we probably don't want a big of a break, because I think in the previous past when we've had the bye, we sort of slacked off in previous years, but we didn't this year. So I'm hoping that we can play earlier and then get a tiny bit of a break and then go into the final series pretty fresh.
Yep, awesome. Hey, now, Bailey, do you mind if we do a new segment powered by StatMate? It's called Guess Who?
Go for it.
All right, so this is someone about your one of your teammates. So we've got this from StatMate. So, guess who? I haven't kicked a goal since round 5. I've played at Marvel 11 times, but only kicked 1 goal. But I'm 100% when playing against Carlton in my career. I've played the Blues 3 times and kicked a goal in each one. Who am I?
Wait, read a couple of them again.
I haven't kicked a goal since round 5. I've played at Marvel 11 times in my career, but only kicked 1 goal there. But I'm 100% in kicking a goal when playing against the Blues. I've played against them 3 times and kicked a goal each time. Who am I?
Can I get a hint? What position?
Wing.
I want to say, Braves kicked a goal last week. Wing. Sam Closey?
He plays wing a bit. Lockie Weller. He'll play wing.
Lock Weller, yeah.
So he kicked a goal in rounds 2, 3, and 4. He hasn't kicked one since. Can you pass on the word that he's 100% against the Blues? So I'm sure if he's got his kicking boots on, they'll push him forward and he'll like his chances to kick a goal. So make sure you let him know at training that he's 100% in his career against the Blues.
Yeah, he'll love that too. He'll love getting on the scoreboard. He's a great kick of the ball, so just give it to him and he'll hopefully launch one from outside 50 on the wing.
Mate, it would be good. Now, that pretty much wraps up the episode 1 of On Air with Bear. So, as I said, good luck this week against the Blues. Now, we know you're busy. Your schedule's pretty hectic. You've been everywhere this week. You've been all over the AFL. You're the poster boy now with the article about how living with the girls. How'd you find that? Mate, you've been everywhere.
Oh, that was pretty rattling, to be honest. There was some ordinary comments on there, and I think it's pretty obvious what everyone's their first thought would be, living with girls. But yeah, it's not like that, I promise. And, they're good. They're good people, and I try to surround myself with good people all the time. But yeah, I could imagine what everyone's first thoughts would have been.
Who approached you? Did the AFL approach you, or did they approach the girls, or?
About living or about the article?
No, about the article.
Yeah, they approached the club, and then the club sort of approached us about it, and I didn't think it would go anywhere. I thought it would have just been on the AFL app that sort of no one reads or anything like that. And
Went everywhere. It
next
went
minute
everywhere.
I got tagged in it, and I was like, oh shit, this is pretty ordinary.
Nah, mate, it was good. It was good to get your face out there. All right, thanks so much for joining us, brother. So obviously got the Blues this week. I'm assuming that you guys are going to absolutely steamroll us. We appreciate it. We'll chat again next week. We'll review that, and obviously we'll go on against the Giants the following week, where I'm sure you guys will want to get that one back at home. Mate, thanks for joining us. Thanks to Statmate, and we'll see you next week. Good luck.
No worries, thank you.
Let's go.
StatMate makes AFL player stats easy. At the click of a button, you can discover insights like you've never seen before. Disposals and goals to fantasy points, how a player performs at a certain venue, or even when a teammate is out through injury, StatMate has you covered. Don't waste your time. Become an expert in just a few taps of a button. AFL player stats and insights thanks to your new best mate. Download StatMate for free today.